gross.
GDP Live on Facebook and on Instagram. Here we are. Hopefully, oh yeah, it's already muted. Oh, oof. It's almost like I knew what I was doing. Uh, Welcome to GDP Live. I'm Pat George. I'm your host. We go live every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday from 11-ish until 1 p.m. You can join in on Instagram at Baby Mermaid Productions, or you can join in through Facebook, through the Gross Domesticated Podcast page on Facebook. That's Gross Domesticated Pat Skits Pitch, or follow me, Pat George. You can follow me as well. Let me share this as well. Sharing that because we live, baby. And bringing this video back up. All right. So while you're checking out Baby Mermaid Productions on Instagram, you can also check it on YouTube. There's a podcast page. The Baby Mermaid Productions podcast page has podcasts that produced by me. What the fuck? I'm just losing my train of thought. I just thought about the lights. I was like, do I have all the lights on? All right. I forget when I turn the brightness down on the screen. It doesn't necessarily turn the brightness down in the room. It's just on the screen. But if I turn this up too much, then that washes me out. Because you know what? There's a lot of production. When it's a one man band here, you kind of learn. You have to learn as you go. And when you're as big of a procrastinator, I slept in kinda. I woke up for the first time in a long time when the sun like the sun beat me up. You know what I'm saying? Not literally, not like physically. It didn't beat me up, but like beat me to rise. I'm usually up before the sun, and it's not usually by choice. It's more of like I woke up and like had to pee like 15 or 20 minutes before my alarm went off, or like or even if it's like even if it's like 30 minutes before my alarm goes off, I feel like a lot of times I'm just like, fuck it, whatever. I'll just be up. So I woke up and the sun was already up, and I was like, well, shit. All right. Then I was like, holy shit, it's not like too late, is it? Because that's a weird thought too. That's a falling asleep at like, you know, after work one day or at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you wake up and it's like super late, and you're like, holy shit, and you're like, oh wait, okay, good. Big Preem's pounding off in the comments. He says, I am drinking my first coffee. I've been up for 4 hours and just forgot. That's rare. That's a weird thing too, because I think that's part of my like it, it's almost like it's kind of like my superpower, I guess. You know what I mean? Like if I would have to say if I had one, it's closest to like being a procrastinator, but being the most efficient procrastinator. Like I may put it off to the end, but the work that I put out at the end, it's actually pretty good because I still overthink it. Because I think that's the thing is I'm a overthinker in a lot of scenarios. So like if I wake up and I'm like, oh, got to do some stuff. I got to get shit ready for the show. Got to make sure I got stuff queued up for the show. Got everything, the sound right for the show, all this other stuff. Like all of that. And then also like going like, oh yeah, also Pat, like, don't forget, you're going to have to like eat today. Plan what you want to eat. I was at Costco, not a sponsor, obviously. And I bought these like little protein things, like little protein snack packs, because that's like I have to like put food in front of me, and I can't just put like I can't make food and then just set it up here. I don't want to like eat plates of food up here. It's I don't know, it's weird. Every once in a while Dom and I will eat up here, and I don't mind that. But like I don't want to like have meals at my fucking work desk all the time. So like but I also like if I'm working a lot one day, I have to be up here. So I have to eat. So a lot of times I'll just like grab one of those things. It's like it's got like meat and cheese and whatever. I didn't even realize this. This is just cheese, nuts, and cranberries. Both of them have cranberries. What the fuck are like cranberry? I guess cranberries are good for you, right? They help your piss, and they help probably other things. I don't know if it's I don't love the taste, but I'm eating Costco ramen right now. Nice. White people. Hold on a second. There we go. No, I don't mind. I don't mind eating like pre-portioned stuff like that, but I it's weird. Yeah, every once in a while, and it got really bad. Now I have a noticeable difference, and unless I'm super duper distracted, I feel like a lot of times I'll wake up and I have to make coffee. I have to make coffee before like I can even go. Like because I'll be like, why can't like it's never been sure. So like it's a problem I have with coffee is it's the only drug that I do that if I don't do it, I notice the biggest reaction, like the physical reaction that I have. My brain doesn't work right first. Then I'm like, why can't I concentrate? Which doesn't help, by the way, which to solve the problem unless it's happened so many times. I if I don't have coffee at a certain point, a certain part of the day, a certain point of the day, I get a really bad fucking headache and eventually and it just feel just fucking disgusting. I feel drag. I don't feel right like and then but physically I feel the worst. And then even if I drink coffee, like even if I go, oh yeah, I forgot, I have to have at least a cup or two of coffee in me before the best way I can explain it is like I never knew how right those coffee mugs that like my mom would drink out of were like like don't even or like you know what I mean like never has been like talk to the hand or anything like that like uh what do the kids say nowadays? Mood, you know what I mean? Hashtag mood, huh? Yeah, that's there's a lot of times mood, but like when it's a coffee mug that says like don't talk to me until I've had my coffee, it's totally relatable. Like I've had I think I've almost ruined relationships with friends or coworkers or whatever of before like responding to texts or emails before having like a sufficient amount of coffee. It's not like have a sip of coffee. It's not like a fucking coffee commercial where like I sip on the coffee and I'm like mm, like I know what to do. It's not like that. I think it's more me trying to problem solve before my brain is like up and running. You know what I mean? And I want to try to figure out having less of a dependency on caffeine and being able to go back to enjoying like I might try to go back to just drinking teas and shit like that because I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's also like I mindfully know every day that I want I want to try to avoid because not only do by the way, shout out to our first sponsor, which is our 1230 piss spot. If you guys want to shout out to the sponsor to be is what I'm saying. If you want to be the sponsor for the first ever uh uh ad break specifically so I can go to the bathroom because the show has a need, right? We have a want and a need. We want sponsorship and we need something to fill that time because I can't just keep playing the same songs for you guys. And sure, I could keep writing songs so I could piss, but you know what I mean? Who it's there's only so many times I'm gonna have to pee more times than I'm gonna be able to write songs. So I need sponsorship. I need somebody that can, if you want me to play a minute ad, a minute and a half ad or something like that, give me some time that I can walk down the stairs, take a piss, you know, shake the dew off the daisy, and then I can come back up and you will be the official first ever piss spot sponsorship. It's a it's a pit stop. It's not a pit stop. It's a piss stop. Uh, and if you want to piss spot, excuse me, Jesus Christ. If you want to sponsor that, if you're interested, or if you know anybody that is interested, if you have a show and you want to put it there, it's not necessarily there's no real strict monetary frames right now for sponsorship. I'm just kind of open to anybody that wants to help the show because I need something to I need somebody to fill my holes. Anytime that I have to piss, and I need somebody to help fill my holes when I piss. So if you can, just let me know. We got some more pounding off in the comments here. After 18 hours, that headache kicks in. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. You get the shake. I don't know if I get the shakes. Oh no, it sucks. It sucks. Sorry. Socially acceptable drug addiction. It's crazy. It's really nuts that it's like that, if I, yeah, maybe like if maybe I'm not, if I don't smoke or something like that, I might be like, I don't know, like it's not even because I don't feel, I tried so hard to not have like a straight up dependence on it. There's some days where I just forget, like it may get to like 5 or 6 o'clock at night and I'll go like, oh yeah, you know what, shit, 7, 8, like it might be like almost bedtime, and it'll be like, well, fuck. You know what I mean? It's all about distractions, and I any of the other things. That's why I don't feel as much of a dependence on any other drugs that I may do, like sugar, caffeine, anything like that. If I don't have all the zebra cakes and Swiss cake rolls, are there are no more in the house. Brownies gone. Today, if I don't have sugar, if I don't have that kind of sugar, I'm not gonna be like in the fetal position on the couch. Sure, I'm not completely cutting out that's what I'm saying, is I don't want to completely cut out caffeine necessarily. I'd like tea. I like an occasional soda every once in a while, like a diet soda. I don't mind the chemical taste, but I like a hot liquid in the morning. I feel like I abuse coffee. That's the thing, is I don't feel like I abuse any of the other drugs that I've ever done. But I also haven't done a lot of the hard ones, I guess, for lack of a better words. Not saying that these are. Does that mean like mushrooms and like weed and I guess what are soft drugs? I I love that soda is that's my vice. Yeah, soda, sugar. I like sugar like garbage sugar like that, but it's literally, and I think it's the same way for my wife who's pounding off in the comments right now. It's like it's a thing where if you have it in the house, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna have it all the time. Like if we get I remember when we get like a 2 liter of soda or something like that, soda. I did not do that on purpose. When we get a 2 liter of cider, and it's in the house, even with me, like if it's a diet soda, like it's like must consume. It's weird, but I've trained we've trained my brain. I've trained my brain. Well, I mean, guys, it's teamwork. We've trained my brain to go like have this sparkly beverage. The seltzer helps because it's the seltzer helpsers. So if there's a seltzer that would like to sponsor, if there's a seltzer sponsor for the piss spot, because you know what, you're partially responsible. Maybe that would be great too. Polar, let's reach out to Polar. Maybe I obviously that's the pinnacle. That's my fave. As of right now, that's my favorite. And unless there's another one that would like to sponsor the show, that would be my new favorite. Um, Ron says I drink Coke Zero like once every few months, and it's great. Yeah, every once in a while, just get a large Diet Coke, big ass Diet Coke, lots of ice. Yeah, why not? There's nothing in there that's like natural or good or like at all acceptable to put in your body. None of it should be in your body probably. The main ingredient, like the recipe when they send uh movie theaters and restaurants and places like that, restaurants, the pouches of or canisters of Coke or Pepsi or anything, it's syrup and water. That's like the recipe, and like carbonation. And they just go and they just kind of squirt water with syrup and mix it up, and then they go, there you go, soda. And I fucking love it. I like the thing. I used to do. I think soda. I think Dom's right. Soda is the other thing that, like, if that was a hard habit for me to break. I was like I was a lot of soda. I can't even say like a soda a day. Soda was my main liquid. Soda was my main liquid. That was my main liquid. Uh, Hold on, I just want to catch up with some pounding here. Socially acceptable. You need to transition into be a real T boy. Yeah, exactly. I understand that. That would have that would have been such a different Pinocchio. A real T boy. Hmm. It could be like one of those things, like maybe it's like the Slipknot mask where they have the herbs in the end of the nose. You know, I don't know why I did it out here. Like it's a 3D show. That would be cool as shit if like Zoom eventually got the technology where you could like broadcast in 3D and just be like, if what if you had a nose that went out to here? If you want to see that and you're listening to the audio only version, check out Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube or the Gross Domesticated Podcast page on Facebook, or catch it live on Instagram at Baby Mermaid Productions. Sorry. Uh, I do want to get one of those. I love that filter. Did anybody else see that? I'm sure everybody else by now has seen that. I can't believe I didn't even mention this on the last show because I saw the thing. I don't think I realized what the story was until I heard it on. I heard it on heard it on Jim and Sam. I was listening to them and they were talking. Then I got what the actual story was of the clip. But I know somebody had sent it to me. I thought it was like it looked like a commercial for something, like from just watching it with like no sound or anything like that. But the clip with the lawyer, the guy who had the cat filter on, and he was like doing, he was talking to, it was for court. It was like online court or whatever like that. Not online, Zoom. You know, they were doing official fucking court business, but he had a kitty cat filter on. I love that. So that would be cool as shit to have that. I can't believe I missed that. I drink Coke Zero, so I get dipping. I get into dipping the audio uh of you spitting into the water with the bottle. Wait, what? Get into dipping the audio of you spitting in a water bottle will be so soothing. Oh wow, I really miss huge root beer. Ugh, Jesus Christ, I really miss a huge root beer at the movies. I think that's the thing too. I think it's partially because I definitely haven't indulged as much in soda as I probably would normally because I'm not doing as much when I go to Mike's or anything like that, because I don't really drink alcohol as much. Again, during the pandemic, sure, because when you self medicate or self soothe or anything like that, uh, sometimes you can be like, "Hey, seltzers are great," and honestly, they are. I'm really glad that you guys helped me out. The GDPs pounded off so hard that day when we were discussing the different kinds of seltzers and what I should try, what Dom and I should try. We tried a couple different brands. I think we found ones that we like. Not that we're done exploring them. Hey, we're still open to them, but maybe that's a sponsorship we should look for. Also, seltzer, maybe a hard seltzer. We can look for a seltzer sponsorship. Soft, hard, any way you want it. Half hard, you know what I mean? Semi hard, half turgid. But I think I also miss a giant Diet Coke at the movies. But I think that's because we also miss the movies, John. Can I be completely transparent here? We all miss the movies. Hmm? Right? Am I right, John? John, am I right? I'm pointing down here, but you're up here. I know that. I'm sorry. I should address you formally. But I like to. It's a lot easier to, and even in the before times, it was easier for me to not indulge as much with it, just not in the house, even being able to go. But like I would go to the movies, and if I'm at the movies, sometimes half the times, you know what sucks too is like you're not allowed to bring in your own shit. into the movies, even though we all do. Hey, we're all rule breakers, right? If you're not, if you're all, and any of you are cops, by the way, you have to let me know. So, any of you movie cops, don't be fucking dickheads. Um, I feel like John would be the person that would sneak like blatantly sneak shit in. But also, I that's the thing. I would go to Mike's, and since I don't drink as much, I don't want to I definitely don't like drinking because I don't drink as much. I'm kind of more of a lightweight. I don't want to drink as much at Mike's and stuff like that. So I'll just order Cokes or Diet Cokes or whatever, and uh and in that case I would indulge more. But if I'm going to the movie theater, half the time I would just go like, oh, I'll just get a water or something like that. But the water they have, I don't fucking like. They have like weird, like if I could just bring in like it, I don't know how they. I like to have. I'm a fan of those metal drink container. I'm a weird fan. I should have. I assume that at some point half of my Amazon wish list, which you can find in the comments or the description here or wherever you're looking at this probably. Uh, uh, I assume I predict that there will be half, if not 75%, like of those stainless steel drinking containers. I love those. I love them for storing water. I cool them down in a glass pitcher in the fridge with our filtered water from the tap. And then I pour them in that to keep them cold in the fridge so that if we're going somewhere, if I need to, if I'm going to another room and I want to have a refill of water or something like that, I like water. I drink water a lot more. I have replaced how I used to drink soda. And that was what was alarming to me was the fact that like when I realized like, holy shit, I'm drinking that much soda. Dom says she loves soda and she feels like every once in a while, I'm sure she feels like maybe she drinks too much. I really like it. There's no way she was drinking as much as I was. I don't even know how I was like alive. I don't know how I was hydrated. I drink a lot of, and that's a lot of caffeine too, all day too. If I have that with like dinner, we get some more pounding off here. I must bring in a 6 pack of coughing, 6 pack and coughing to hide the sound of me opening the can. Yeah, see that makes a lot of sense to me. What's your most? What's the most you've ever snuck into the movie theater? I've brought in Tupperware. Wow, Tupperware. We did so we got it down to a science where I think drinks are always a buy at the movie theater. I think no matter what, we would always have to buy drinks there because it would be it's we would bring in so like those like the gallon uh Ziploc bags. I would make popcorn at home in the Dutch oven. I would make Dutch oven popcorn and I would use fucking super awesome salt, super awesome butter. Like like honestly, if it's better than, admittedly, if it's better than movie theater popcorn, I should be allowed to bring it in. If I can beat your popcorn, so that's the thing. I feel like I would challenge any movie theater, and look, they're not proudful, proud, prideful. Jesus Christ, prideful in their popcorn. They just they dump this in there and they dump that in there and then they hit a button and they don't care. I listen to my popcorn. I craft my popcorn. If it needs a little air, okay, I'll open the lid a little bit. People can get hurt in the Dutch oven, you know what I'm saying? If you don't let a little bit of air in. You could damn near kill somebody. You could kill your popcorn if you don't let a little air in. Shake it up. But I can beat I feel like most people's cooking. I'll put your best dish against my straight up popcorn cook off and I would beat your ass. So like we would sneak in. Dom used to like have huge purses and we like almost like duffel bags. Not literally, not like but like those like almost like a tote size bag, but like a purse. And we would fit, I think, at least 2 gallon size popcorn bags. And then also, usually I like to do like dark chocolate something or other, like, so it would be, or gummies, or go to both of those. So I would get the either Haribo straight up, the gold standard of gummy bear, or I also like those Albanese or whatever they are. They're like super. They look high end, but they're also sold in sheets. So I don't know what that means. They're sold in like regular gas stations, but they look, the package has, when it's a gummy and it has nice cursive writing on it, it's got to be nice, right? It's got to be somewhat nice. We got some more pounding off. I brought Tupperware. Pat makes the best popcorn. Thanks, wife. I appreciate that. And she can vouch for it, but also she may be biased, but either way, that's a vote for me. And anybody that's had it, I feel like anybody that's had my popcorn, that's the thing, is like, I don't necessarily share it that much, but it's uh, with Lay's. They say, or no, is it Lay's or is it Pringles? Yeah, Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. Once you have one, you eat a whole bag or whatever the fuck. Once you have one, you eat the whole fucking bag, whatever the phrase is. But like, I've seen people react when they take a bite. They like just grab a little handful of my popcorn, take a little bowl of it, a little styrofoam bowl if you want or whatever, and not only do they consume that way faster than they could ever imagined, but then they go like, "This is undeniably not." I mean, they say it with their eyes. They say it with their eyes. They don't say it with their mouth, but they say it with their eyes. This is undeniably, Pat, the greatest thing I've ever had. This is undeniable, Pat. Here, they say this is undeniably the greatest thing I've ever eaten in my life, without hyperbole, without one iota, one even inch of sarcasm whatsoever. This is the truest statement I've ever said. If these were my dying words, this is what they're saying with their eyes. If these were my dying words, I would be happy with that. I would be content with these words being etched on my tombstone. Pat, this is undeniably the greatest thing I've ever eaten. And then they would want samples there at the tombstone so people could try the popcorn and go like, yeah, I could see that. I see why he has that etched. I kind of want to etch it, but the guy, I don't want to be a copycat. They say that with their eyes when they try my popcorn. Be honest with yourself. Have you ever made something for someone like that? I know my wife has, because she's seen my face before. She does it almost every time she cooks something. But be honest with yourself. The rest of you GD peeps out there. Have you, look me in the eye or listen to me in your ear? Listen to me in your ear. If you have ever made something for someone and it's so satisfying, it's so good that I don't pride myself in being the best cook. I overcooked a steak I tried to cook last night. I made some really good broccoli, but I overcooked. Like, I cannot fucking cook a steak right on like inside. Outdoors, I can cook you anything you want. On a grill, anything you want, I will fuck it up on a grill. Not in the literal sense. I won't literally fuck it up. I will fuck it up. I guess I could have used literally any other words to describe that, but I would do a very good job grilling for you. I love grilling. I can cook anything on the grill. But indoors, I can't. I like, I can bake it and it can taste okay. It's going to be salty, or I can kind of fry it a little bit sometimes. But you get me on that grill, baby. Mamma mia. Salmon. Fucking well, that's I like a nice over the fire campfire salmon. Let me tell you what. Get me over an open flame. That's what I'm talking about right there. Man, shit. That's the mainliest thing I do. Even that stuff people have eaten. Don doesn't really love like smoked flavored things, and a lot of times barbecue is obviously there's smoke. Hey, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't really love that smoky flavor. So like a lot of times she's like, yeah, it's good, but like I've had it and I'm like, this is pretty good. But I mean, you can't be your own critic all the time because you're either I'm not necessarily my own worst critic. I'm like, this is pretty good, and I'll play it for somebody else, and they'll be like, even the slightest bit of hesitation, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm the worst. It's like if you ain't first, you're last with me, apparently. But I've seen people eat my popcorn, and I've seen their face. It's the greatest. It's the greatest feeling ever. So I see why people pursue those those things. Like I see why people on like the British baking show want a handshake from that from what's his face Hollywood guy, Paul Hollywood. Paul Hollywood. I hate saying that. I don't mind knowing his name. I just hate having to say it out loud. So uh holy shit, we got more pounding. Sorry. I want to make sure I got this here. I brought in Tupperware. Pat makes the best popcorns. We always would sneak in the candy. Yeah, absolutely. Casey's also pounding off. She says, I've never heard of bringing it your own popcorn. Really? Wow. That was like a for Dom and I, once we discovered that I could make not hands down the greatest popcorn anyone's ever had, that's when we realized like, why are we buying popcorn from these fucking dipshits? Why are we wasting our money? Not even wasting our. It's not even a finance thing at that point. Not that the Georges are out here rolling up with fat wads or anything like that. But like we don't have like stacks or anything. But if we're going to the movies, I honestly feel like if I'm going to the movies or if we're going to the movies and dinner, we're gonna drop quite a bit of money that night, and we're not necessarily gonna feel great about it, but we're gonna have a good time. And that's what it's about. So, but I'm not gonna have a good time if I'm going and I'm eating some other schmo's popcorn when I know that like this night would be enhanced. I've brought in like I was bringing in a jug of water. I had this giant thing of water. I was on the road with Zach one time on the road, and we were walking into a Waffle House, and I and I don't he was the one that pointed it out to me. A lot of times you don't realize things about yourself until other people point out aspects of your personality. And we're walking into a Waffle House and he goes, "Do you think they'll let you bring that in there or have that in there?" And I was like, "Fuck them." I was like, this is better water than they have. Then like I'm not gonna if Waffle House says I can't bring in my own water, like then that means like I'm not gonna fucking eat at that Waffle House. Like I don't care. I mean, it's not a thing of like it's a again that's the manliest part of me of as far as like the challenging aspect of it again is cornhole or cooking cook off or whatever. I did a pie bake off with a co-host of Buddha Boys, Chris William. We did a peanut butter pie bake off, and I crushed him, and ended up eating and making one of the greatest peanut butter pies I've ever had. But again, I'm my own best critic. I'm all I work I have the confidence of Floyd Mayweather, but none of the resume. If Floyd Mayweather had some pretty good exhibition fights with some, you know, lower ranked but ranked people, that's kind of what I feel like. Casey's never heard of bringing in your own popcorn. I hope we invented it. Big Preem's pounding off. He said, "I read that as pot makes the best popcorn," and I was like, "That's fair. Yeah, pot does make the best popcorn." You saved yourself so much money. Yeah, absolutely. Casey's pounding off real hard there. I feel like it wasn't necessarily that, but it was looking back now, like how much we even spent on just tickets and drinks. And then if we want, like, if we forgot candy or if we wanted something specifically, like, or if it was we didn't necessarily, because the thing is, we would plan on going to the movies. And I'm the fucking fuddy duddy that goes like, I want to go there I want to go there on a Tuesday afternoon. If you have the day off, we're adults. Let's go to the movie in the afternoon. Why do we have to wait till Friday or Saturday night? We can do anything we want any night. So why don't we do that? We don't have kids right now. Just got the cats. We only have to check on them once a day, really, just to make sure that they're both still alive or they're not both gravely injured in some way. So other than that, just keeping them alive, and then we can go to the movies anytime we want. Not nowadays again. This is the before times, don't worry. He always said my purse was like a diaper bag. Yeah. And it was too. Like it felt like it felt like just one of those big, it was like a duffel bag to me. That was in my opinion, my humble opinion. We have a cannabis popcorn company that makes really good artisanal medical popcorn. Yeah. That'd be great. I don't know if that's for real, Ron, but Big Preem is pounding off real hard, and I would love that artisanal popcorn. What are you cooking a steak on inside? You need a heavy cast iron skillet. We have those. We just got those. uh, we just got like Dom just got like a, I don't know if she got it at Costco or not, but like she got like a fucking chub pack of fucking cast iron, and we have like this we have, I never seen somebody buy iron in bulk that wasn't like building something, but she did. She bought like 4 or 5 cast iron pans of the, I didn't even fucking think of that. But yeah, I use right now I use just a regular frying pan. I did not measure the temperature. I put a glob of oil, olive oil, extra virgin. Thank you very much. And then I salted the steak. I peppered it as well, and then I flipped it and I did the same to the other side. That's called seasoning, if you don't know, folks. Then I also rubbed the side on the salt and pepper I missed on the round the plate. That's just a little trick that I made up called capturing the essence of the flavor around the plate. It's not, doesn't roll off the tongue, but that's something you can do. So then you put a glob of olive oil in the pan. You heat it up to an unspecified temperature. I say you want to be a little scared to put the steak on, because when I put the steak on, I go, ah. And then sometimes a little bit of the oil spills over to the thing. And we have an open flame thing, so stove. So I want to try to make sure that I get a paper towel real quick, get that oil so it doesn't spill on the fire, and I don't start a gigantic fire. Um, so when it hits there and it goes, it starts going crazy. And then when I start seeing a reaction about halfway up the steak, I don't know what that means, by the way. But when I notice that something's happening halfway up the steak, I flip it to the other side. And usually by this time, I'm terrified to touch it with my hand. So I use a fork. Obviously, you're not supposed to touch it with your hand. I know that. But like, I don't want to, I don't, sometimes I use a fork, but if it's like a bigger steak or if it's like a especially angry grill or pan, I'll use like spatula or what is it, tongs, flip it over to the other side. Also, I should have been timing it. I think I'm supposed to time it on each side. I think if I remember correctly, if Dom used to do that. But last night's dinner was 1 steak, 1 can of spinach, and 1 crown of broccoli for the king. So that's what I had last night. The steak was not, it wasn't bad though, but like when Dom makes steak, it's like fucking perfect. It's like the who's the fucking guy that does the all the stupid shit with the steak? He flips it and he like Salt Bay. He just did, I just saw him. I think he just did a thing with Conor McGregor, by the way. Way to be relevant. Fuck face. I don't know why I hate him. Like, but it was a gold wrapped steak. But like she can like see that and make a steak like that. She makes it with like the she like rests it and like she like times it and she does a thing. It's just so involved. I try to capture that essence, but I really want to feel it. Like if it's going to be an art form with me, I got to feel it, you know? I'm technically for the most part self-taught on every other art form. So I'm just saying. Step one, be terrified to put the steak into the pan. That's how hot you want it. The glob of oil, salt, pepper, roll it around, use that essence of flavor. Terrified. Boom. Ah! And then also fuck with the heat too. Don't leave it at a constant heat. Always turn it down too low and then up too high to try to catch up. That's key in cooking a steak with Pat. Panic. Don't trust the process. I do literally everything wrong cooking a steak indoors. Outdoors, I'm fucking smooth as fucking I was just gonna say chunky peanut butter, but that's not smooth. I'm as smooth as peanut butter, but not the chunky kind. Not great with the sayings today. Still on the like 2.5 cups of coffee. I'm gonna start going to restaurants with my own food. Cats are kids. I didn't have my own food. I had my own water, by the way, Manny. Manny's pounding off hard. How you doing, Manny? Love you, Manny. Manny Santiago of the Falls Count Anywhere podcast. Make sure you check it out on the Baby Mermaid Productions or wherever you get your audio podcasts. If you're listening to this, you can listen to that one too. Just as fun. Just as fun, but it's more wrestling themed. Honestly, not much more though. We probably talk about the wrestling the same amount on each podcast. This one and Falls Count Anywhere. I need a heavy cast iron skillet. I do have that. Yeah, cats are kids. I understand that, Manny. And Manny loves. I love how much Manny loves cats. That's why Manny is always he's Unky Manny when he comes over. Obviously, there's Mr. Youngblood and Mr. Manny, but sometimes he's Unky Manny. I mean, to be honest, come on. He loves our kitty cats like they're his own. He's always a friend of the Caddick. Dobby Robertson Memorial Caddick. Manny is always welcome. Manny, bring raw food though, and still have the restaurant cook it for you. Yeah, bring your own food to the movie theater and then take it to the counter and just be like, do you have like do you have a heavy cast iron skillet back there? Because I brought this steak. Could you just cook this steak 5 minutes on one side and then turn it over, and I think it's another 5 minutes, I think. You recently discovered how much cheaper the matinee tickets were. Yeah. I don't think it's like it's a weird thing for it's a the matinee tickets are not only the better time as in my opinion for the movie, like going to the movie, like just the people that are there's less people, all that stuff, but like it's cheaper too. Dom says 3 minutes each side, super hot pan, butter and olive oil. God damn it. Man, he's extremely hungover. Thanks for asking. Holy shit. What happened? Oh, I saw Damien took his fucking shirt off at the mic. What the fuck is going on with you guys there? Like, not only no mask, but no shirt. What's going on? Guys, you're getting out of hand. I know Damien's not. Actually, you know what? I don't know that he's not vaccinated, but I would have to assume that. I don't know if this is some kind of Bert Kreischer thing that he's doing. This Dame Kreischer, but I'm not here to shame. I would never shame Dame. This ain't the shame Dame. But was he drunk as well? Manatee tickets. That's what I started. Did I start to say? Did I say manatee or did she write manatee? Because I felt like I either almost said manatee. Well, I don't know if I could check the tape. I can't check the tape live, but and I'm not gonna. I'll just trust that I said manatee. Thanks, Ron. I love you, Big Preem. Too long, 3 minutes on one side, maybe 4 on the other. Wait, what? You need butter and you gotta baste. Wait, what? Thanks. Oh yeah, you got to do the thing. You put the butter in, and then you do the feed me the rock thing, but like in reverse. You take the butter, you take it from here, like you tip the What the fuck did I just do? You tip the pan, right? I can't. Can you see it? You tip the pan, and then you take the butter and you go like that. Instead of the feed me the rock, you feed the steak butter. Give the steak butter. I'm gonna try that for football. Yeah, yeah, motherfucker. give that steak some butter. Based. How low can you go, right? Dom can't spell either. Okay, so is Dom spelling. Good. But it is matinee, right? It's manatee, matinee. Who gives a fuck? Don't shame the queen, fuck. That's Queen Peep. Damien looking like burnt crusher. Whoa, John. Take it easy, buddy. Yeah, all those Burt Kreischer jokes were made. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's the first thing everybody goes to when you see a comic with their shirt off. Is you go like, oh, that's what's going on here. Either somebody's having a breakdown, drunk, or some kind of homage to Burt Kreischer because he's the one that if that was the thing, if you saw a comic up there smashing fruit with a sledgehammer, you'd go, oh, that's Gallagher. It's the same thing, cheddar based. It was really annoying. Yeah, were you hosting last night, Manny? That's probably what it was. If Manny's there, well, Manny either way, I feel like he's gonna be pounding off, if you know what I mean. Not here to shame. Sorry, just got some texts. That's why I hate having my phone here. Yeah, he was hosting. Manny been smashing fruits for the Comedy Zone for years. Take it easy, John. I don't think he's done that. Not with like a sledgehammer though. That's the key. That's where the copyright infringement comes in. But I think I don't know if it's I don't know if there is a I don't know if there's there I don't think that there can be necessarily copyright infringement on that, but it seems to have been uh a a hit on Instagram. Yo, Lemaire, I enjoyed you on Zach's show the other day. Hey, cool. Ron's pounding off to Lemaire is joining in on Instagram. He's pounding off as well in the chat. He's joined viewing on Instagram. I wanted to talk real quick about not speaking of Lemaire, but speaking of crazy people on boats. Uh I find it fascinating. Not only was impressed obviously with Tampa Bay Lightning's performance in the bubble during the hockey playoffs. I was happy to hear that the Rays made it to the finals for baseball, even though they lost. And then you hear the Bucks making it to the finals, not only making it but winning. And then you tie in all the Tom Brady stuff as well. It's pretty crazy. I found it crazy that there was a through line that I don't feel like people are bringing up drunk Tom Brady a lot of times, and that's everywhere because it's hilarious because it's so silly looking and so they're so conscious of like his appearance and like how just get him the fuck out of here. He's drunk as fuck. Like all the footage I've seen is him just having a great time. Florida broke Tom Brady so quickly that like it was like Pat Maroon was the Tampa Bay Lightning ruined, turned him into Florida man in no time. And then Tom Brady is on a boat apparently slamming avocado what was it? Avocado vodka or like avocado tequila or I can't remember what it was. And um hey, what's up, Lemaire? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, the only state that didn't really quarantine had the best teams this year. That was really weird. that was a funny through line. But the other through line that I noticed was like, uh, both franchise like one the not necessarily that Pat Maroon is the Tom Brady of hockey, but Tom Brady and Pat Maroon both came in, both had a huge impact on the team winning the championship. Both multiple championship winners and back to backers. Not that Tom Brady was back to back this year and last year, but but both of them were ruined by Florida. And both celebration parades almost lost their prospective trophies into the Gulf. Like I there is a there is a thing where there's a shot of Alex Killorn on a jet ski holding the Stanley Cup over his head, standing up on the jet ski. The Stanley Cup is 35 pounds. Alex Killorn at this point probably had been drinking steady for 72 hours maybe. And I don't know that I don't that's not like a I'm not I can't even say allegedly because I think there was Instagram live of him drinking for 72 hours straight. You win the Stanley Cup and then you just start drinking. Not that you don't also eat and also drink water, but you're drinking alcohol. If you watch uh, uh see example Alex Ovechkin celebration Stanley Cup. That was so entertaining. That could have been its own show. That could have been its own like television show. That was so exciting. That made me love Alex Ovechkin. That cemented him as one of my favorites. Like he's just so fun. It's just a great time. But the risk of and I think the funniest thing is both celebrations had to take place on the water because of COVID, even though they're still being somewhat responsible by saying we won in Tampa Bay, so we can have a boat parade and we'll just be drinking on a boat. What's the worst that could happen? Well, there's a shot of Alex Killorn holding the Stanley Cup over his head. The Stanley Cup, which is this like not literally, there are pieces that have been there since for like hundreds of years. It's not the original, but it's still like I'm pretty sure that's the one that they have on the ice. That's the one that's in the Hall of Fame. That's not like a replica. They don't get another trophy. They don't get to keep the Stanley. They hold on to the Stanley Cup and celebrate it for that time, and then later on in the summer they get their day or two with the Stanley Cup. It's a day with, or sometimes they have to share it with somebody, so they get like 2 days. You know, so there's a if so Alex Killorn tells a story where like you can see at one point when he's holding that over his head, he like kind of loses his balance, and if that drops, it's sinking to the bottom of the Gulf. It's gone. Like, I mean, I'm sure that they could find it, but not anytime soon. And hopefully, like that water's fucking crazy. Like that, if that gets taken out to sea, can you fucking imagine that? The beating that Tampa Bay would take, or that Alex Killorn would be run out of hockey. His reputation forever would be crazy, obviously, but it would be also like that's what he would be known for. At least to me. Tom Brady, drunk as fuck on a boat, probably like, hasn't had alcohol, hasn't like done any vice whatsoever during the entire time he's just laser focused on winning a Super Bowl and having more rings than any other franchise, yada yada yada, all that other stuff. Is I know I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. The fucking footage of him throwing the Lombardi Trophy to Gronk, and he throws it. Not only do I know that that's like not it's a representation. Like they do get a replica. That's there. I don't think there is just one Lombardi Trophy. It's kind of like the UFC where like each year they make another one for them. So, but it's also the fact that he's got fucking 7. He's got some spares. If he drops that one into the bay, Tom Brady's going to be like, whatever. Grab another one. Grab another one from the cooler. It doesn't matter. He has that, and then not only that, but also like whatever. It's so funny because I've seen footage from other boats where you see Tom Brady fucking, and then like, or I think it's underhand, but then you see it from the boat that he's throwing it to, and you can hear somebody go, "Holy shit!" Like when he actually starts to throw it, because it's like you can just wait till the boats are kind of close to each other and just like hand it off, or like hand it to a sober, you know what I mean? Like, but he's Tom fucking Brady. He's got 6 other ones. He's like, I don't fucking whoop. It's not as drastic as if Alex Killorn had dropped the Stanley Cup into the bay, but it's still, that one's a lot harder to find. I think the Lombardi Trophy would be gone. That's never, you're never finding that one. And I wonder if they would be issued another one, if they could buy another one, if they would be fined, if there's some kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there is some kind of like tradition or anything like that. But I know there's lots of tradition with the Stanley Cup. And Alex Killorn and everybody else that was on a boat at the edge of the boat, like pouring it into someone else at the, like, their foot's here and they're like, okay, you know, they just have it like, I don't. Tom Brady tequila. Florida did break Tom Brady. That's that's true, Manny. Also, Biden is thinking about shutting Florida domestic travel now. Uh-oh. Build a wall around the whole state. Yep. Shutting down. Okay. I quit drinking a few years ago. I still have flashbacks of an old man hangovers. They get so bad. Yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing is like I've at a certain point. That's Ron Big Preem pounding off in the comments. Premium Ron's pounding off, and there's a thing where I think that's why I quit drinking. It wasn't that like, it was the fact that I hate the feeling of a hangover. And I cannot stand, also not as much, because like once you get, I just got tired of the feeling, not the like, there was a weird time obviously when you're younger and you're like fucking partying. There's things like where like, oh man, what did I say? What, you know, what happened? Like I feel like I think there's a I think there's a weird thing where like, not that you, hold on a second. I think there's a thing with like I would have like regret. What up, Manny?
Hey,
How's it going, pal? How you feeling? No good.
no, it was a long night last night, Patty.
Yeah, I think so. So you were hosting, obviously. So that means that you had a busy night of drinking as well.
Yes, yes.
Was there a particular reason? Was it like a joke? I need all the spoilers, because that's the thing is you can listen to A Boy in His Fridge, or you can listen to
Falls Count Anywhere.
Falls Count Anywhere. You can listen to the DNR podcast. For I'm sure all of these podcasts will give you the answers. But like, I want the scoop. I want the fucking scoop, baby. Everybody's seen the picture online.
Fuck you, Mike.
What happened to Mike? Man, he smells like old hot dog water. No, that's a boy in his water. That's a boy in his water. A boy in his water. A boy in his fridge. That's not that. What happened? Why did he take his shirt off?
I don't know. He came up to me and he was like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna take off my shirt." And I was like, "All right, dude." And then he went up on stage and took off his shirt.
He came up to you and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna take off my shirt," and you're like, "I don't care. I'm fucking drunk."
Yeah, I've been fucking drinking.
I'm fucking drinking. I'm gonna take my shirt off.
I'll take let's switch shirts, dude. Yeah, let's just switch shirts.
Let's be like at the end of a soccer match. Let's just fucking switch shirts.
Let's just switch shirts. You ever switch shirts with your friends?
Did you see that? You saw the Tom Brady thing, right?
What, when he was drunk?
Yeah. Did you see the thing where he threw the fucking Lombardi trophy off the boat?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if anyone's gonna throw a trophy, it should be Tom Brady.
Yeah, I was just saying that, like, he's got fucking space.
Actually, sorry, I got a phone call.
Oh, what happened? Oh,
No, you're good.
Oh no, I thought I thought you were like, gotta go, can't talk Tom Brady, gotta go take this call.
Yeah, Tom Brady's calling me right now.
Yeah, Tom Brady's like, hey man, you gotta stop making me look bad. Dude, him walking, it looked like my grandma, like when we used to help my grandma to the car. Like you have to like put your arm around them, like around their body, and like hold this arm to your body to like, and like you have to like almost sway with them to the car until you can just like shove them in. You know what I mean? Like it's like you hip check them in. He was walking with like this. He looked like a baby, dude. It was so funny how drunk he got. I cannot believe he threw because he was probably dehydrated.
He probably thought it was an actual football.
Yeah.
Like someone handed him a silver football. He's like, "What's this bullshit?"
Whatever. I thought it was hilarious because, like I said, the video from the Gronk's boat or whatever, which had to have been terrifying to be on. Like that looks like everybody watched that probably and was like, that looks like he's having a good time. It's having fun. But like there is a person, I think it was whoever was filming, and he's just like, I think it was like, he's probably thinking this is going to be evidence or something, but he's filming, and all of a sudden you hear, holy shit. And like, it's when like Tom Brady's like throwing the Lombardi trophy. And it's like but I said, like, I mean, like you said, if anybody's going to be throwing a trophy, but it's not don't they make a new one every year?
I don't know. I didn't think they did, but I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they give you like either a replica or I don't know if it's the same Lombardi trophy every year.
Yeah.
Lombardi.
I feel like why would they make a new one? Like, isn't the whole thing like with the Stanley's Cup is like, don't they have like one of those and then they give like the replicas to other people or whatever?
Check this shit out. Unlike trophies such as the Stanley Cup or the Grey Cup, a new Vince Lombardi trophy is made every year, and the winning team maintains permanent possession of that trophy, with one notable exception being Super Bowl V's. That's 5. These nuts. Won by the Baltimore Colts. The then Baltimore Colts.
Johnny Unitas.
So that's the thing, man. I think I think Tom Brady was like, this means nothing. Like he could have no look thrown that just as easily as he could have just the way he just underhanded that to Gronk in the other boat, who was also horrendously drunk and standing at the edge of his boat as well.
Yeah. My favorite thing is Gronk retired and then he came back because when Tom Brady switched teams and then just won a Lombardi trophy, another ring or whatever.
Yeah. It's so funny because like it's there's a weird thing where if he has, can you imagine if he would have fallen in the water? It doesn't matter how many trophies you have. If you make that much, like he made just enough of an ass of himself to laugh it off and go like, oh, I guess that's what happens when you have avocado tequila. And you're like, yeah, but like you could have really hurt somebody.
Yeah.
Including yourself or your children or some, like he was like, let's get like he sat in the car, he sat in the car and was like, let's just go get some fucking McDonald's, dude. Let's fucking I want like a fucking cheeseburger.
I want like 16 cheeseburgers. All the McNuggets.
Giselle said I could, so I'm fucking let's just fucking splurge. And then like threw up, cried, and went to bed. But, like
threw up, cried, took off his shirt.
Fell asleep next to the toilet. Like that's the funniest thing. It's like he's old. Ron brought up the best point. Like old man drunk is like the funniest thing of like that. Like, and it's Florida. Like, dude, we are turning every athlete that comes to our franchise into Florida man, and it's fucking great. Like Tampa, it has such a great success rate of turning them into crazy alcoholic nut bags that are just on the boat partying with other people and risking their championship, their new championship hardware to the tides of the Gulf.
Yeah, that's what wasn't the like 3 or 4 like receivers from the Giants. They partied in Miami that one time. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was like It's like Odell Beckham and all those guys. They were like partying on a boat in Miami before like a championship game or something. It was like the night before a championship game too.
Yeah.
And then they won, I think, too.
It's nuts because it's like Florida gives you super, like Bert Kreischer grew up in Florida. He's somebody who definitely should be dead by now, but like he's not. You know what I mean? Like, and I think there's something about there's like it just breeds a different. I wish I had more of that kind of invincible type of gene.
Yeah, the most Florida thing about you is you wear bandanas now.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean that and the fact that I still don't really totally trust cops, but I don't think I could overpower them.
Is that a Florida thing about trusting cops?
I think there's just a overall, like, whether you be conspiracy theorist, a redneck who owns land, because there's really no land in Florida. You can't dig over 6 feet because you'll reach water usually.
Yeah.
If you keep digging, you can't. That's why we don't have basements in Florida. It's because you don't have enough earth. So like that's when people joke like Florida's gonna get like broke off into the ocean. If they're not joking, it's gonna happen. Like it's a weird thing. So I think there's a weird non-permanence there that kind of seeps into a lot of people's brains. So I think there's not a I'm immortal, but also like none of this matters. So they're just like that. There's endless hours of footage from cops of people being tased and just not stopping. The guy who ate the other person's face, you know what I mean? Like shit like that. There's like happy-go-lucky ones, and then there's also like, Tiger, like there's Tiger King, and then there's like guy who ate the guy's face. You know what I mean? But they're all meth. It's always meth. Like
that's the state bird of Florida is meth.
And maybe that's why I haven't discovered my Florida Superman powers yet, because I haven't done meth.
Oh, there you go. Try some meth, Pat.
I'm gonna just try a smidge of meth to start.
It's not gonna do anything bad to you. You're from Florida. You got Florida in you.
Yeah, it can't kill me. Obviously, I'm immortal, right? Like I should probably do it and jump off the roof, right?
Yeah, do it.
I mean, there's lots of snow, right?
Well, just try not to land in the snow.
Who's the guy? Do you? I know that you're a wrestling fan, but do you follow? Are you a fan of the guy? Who's the Juggalo guy that goes that jumps off shit and he goes like
whoop whoop?
Yeah, he goes like fuck this
Superhuman.
Shit. Yeah.
That's Superhuman.
Do you watch that?
Yeah, of course.
Is he from Florida?
I think he is. Maybe I'm not sure.
That would make a lot.
I do remember they had him on AEW the one time.
Superhuman is his name.
It's Superhuman, but it's spelled with like 2 M's. I think. Like,
I don't like that.
I mean, he's like mentally challenged.
He jumps off things like usually. Oh, yep, it is too. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Would he have a Wikipedia page? Let's see.
He's like this is for all my juggalos and juggalettes.
Oh, he does have one. Holy shit. Welcome. Nope, he does not. Okay, so
that's how he starts all his videos. He's like, this is Superhuman, and this is all for all my juggalos and juggalettes. Whoop whoop. Fuck this shit.
That's my favorite. Fuck this shit. And then he jumps. Hold on. Okay, so we got good friends. I don't think this has. I don't want to dox him or anything. I just want to know if he's where is he located.
I don't think there's much to dox him.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, he kind of just puts it all out there on Front Street, doesn't he? But yeah, I wonder if he's do you think he's from Florida? If he's from Florida, then I would say that our theory is 100% correct. And people from Florida definitely have superpowers.
Dude, we got to give him a false count anywhere.
You know what?
Superhuman. Would you imagine?
Do you think he would be good for a long form interview? Maybe
it would have to be like a 5-minute interview.
We'll give him a portion of the dad treatment, and we'll give him about 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, if that. That might be a little too much.
And we'll go. So Superhuman, how do you feel about this shit? And he'll say, well, fuck it. And then we'll go.
And then we get him out.
And we'll say, cool. And then you got anything you're gonna jump off of now, or do you want to? And he's like, yeah, I could jump off the kitchen table or something,
Yeah. He always takes like the hardest bumps too. Every time he.
Yeah. Like, it's like he doesn't watch wrestling.
Yeah.
Like it's the weirdest thing. He calls himself a stuntman, but like stuntman and women, Manny, because it's 2021. Stunt humans Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Stunt person.
Stunt Pearsons. Okay. When they jump off stuff, they fall correctly so as to not hurt themselves and to not
Yeah.
to quote take a shitty bump.
Yeah.
You can't jump and hit your hip because you're gonna knock your hip out of place if you land on your back flat usually and you slap your hands at the same time. It's called a break fall.
Yeah.
You're gonna
You know how to
just
fall, Pat.
yeah, I do. I like that's the thing is like, and I know wrestling through you guys and the clips you play for me, and now how it's seeped into my Instagram, and then also from I'm debuting a new shirt today when we record that I am so proud of.
Oh, I can't wait. I know what it
You
is.
do, don't you? I might have to move the monitor over here for this episode. We might
just
have
just have it pointing on you
yeah.
the whole episode.
I'm
Don't even worry about us.
Just a close up on that. I'm gonna make sure the video works for this one because this is a t-shirt for the ages. Like I'm somebody who likes to express himself through that. But as far as my fandom goes, like I don't know that much. So you think him being such a huge fan, he would know, you know.
Yeah.
You don't have
also,
to fuck your
also
shit.
like stunt people, they don't yell and say fuck this shit before they take every before they do every stunt.
They don't go
fuck this shit.
Yeah, and also don't like pick the worst corner to say like, all right, well, I'm gonna try to land on the corner of that air conditioner and that light fixture.
Yeah.
We got some pounding off in the comments. You got to go hard. So though, if you want to impress the juggalos and juggalettes, well, that makes sense.
Juggalettes.
Yeah, John can't spell really. He's, he likes to show off when he says he uses it good with his words, but he can't. He's a Butterfingers. Keep my name out of your mouth, me, like shit like that. Like,
Casey, are you still here? You see this? You see that?
What is
Casey?
that? Uh-oh.
That's a little.
That's a charm, dude.
That's a little. Wait, you gotta show the other side. It keeps spinning.
Yeah. Wait, you had it. There it is. Why? Wait, what is it?
It says. Wait, I'm trying to. It says you. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, good.
This is half of my friendship necklace from her boo. He got me a necklace and he got her Jack Squat.
Oh snap! Happy Valentine's to Manny.
Happy Valentine's Day.
How she says, "How dare you?" Oh no!
I just love it. I think it's so funny.
Somebody's jealous. Well, like honestly, you guys have a strong relationship, Manny. You and Mike have known each other. Tell us a little bit. What do you have you guys released or recorded your latest episode of A Boy in His Fridge yet?
Tomorrow, I think.
What do you think you guys are going to talk about? Do you have any idea?
I don't know. How about how great of friends we are, and how strong our relationship is.
How much you love each other.
How much we love each other so much that we get each other
beautiful jewelry.
Beautiful. It says fuck and mine says you.
Oh. Wow.
It's backwards, but
it's up. Oh, it's this way. Okay. So I thought it was usually, don't they, like when you put it like this and it like connects this way, but when you put it like this, you have to turn it like that.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's actually. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Did he get that maybe half price or something? Is that discount?
I'm sure he spent upwards of $5 on this.
Oh my God! Take it easy. Yeah. She's right here, Manny. Don't you can't do that to her because she can hear what you're saying and she knows that the
Casey,
dedication.
I will tell you that your Valentine's Day present is a lot better than this. Well, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's a lot better than this. Also, and if it's not, then you need to reevaluate. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't.
But then, or you could just gift yours to her. He might go. Hey,
yeah.
You might get a text tonight that's like, "Hey, dude, I forgot. So could I get that necklace back? I hope she doesn't realize that I gave it to you already, and you just bragged about it for 20 minutes." And he'll be like, "Hey, look, I think it's funny because we like hate people together, so like, fuck you, right? Here, you get you." He still keeps fuck. He still keeps the cool one.
I really hope that's what happens now.
Oh, that's awesome. What's my Valentine's present? Oh, wait. Whoa. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that, huh?
Well, I don't know if I can. I mean, I can't just say it. because it's
know,
not
no, you don't have to
Valentine's
say it,
Day.
but you got her something fucking dope, right?
Manny, look at my
Come
face.
on.
Yeah, of course. Manny.
Yeah, come on. This look like the face of someone who forgot until just this minute. Come on.
Sure, it's the 12th. When it's on the
It's a,
14th, so I still have time to get her present, in which I've thought about. I just have to go pick it up. I just have to go.
yeah.
I know what it is. I just have to go pick it up.
It's just at the store still.
It's just at the store still. They're holding it for me. I called them, Manny, right? Like Manny, right? Manny. I
Yeah.
called them and they said that they have it. And I said, could you hold it? And they said yes. So I've got to just pick it up. And I still have 2 days to do that, which I totally plan to do
You might
on
even not even pick it up on Valentine's Day just to be, spontaneous. Because
yeah.
Dom says that you guys don't give gifts to each other, so maybe you'll do it a day after Valentine's Day.
Everybody gives Valentine's gifts on Valentine's Day. What am I, some kind of
Yeah,
hack? No
yeah,
thanks. I'm gonna do it on my time. I'm gonna do it like
yeah.
Bill Burr. Not even like Bill Burr said. It's my own time. I'll once I pick it up, which is it's ready. The store has called me, so
Mm.
the store is the the store is close, and I'll pick it up and then I'll wrap it.
Yeah, I love that this is such an obvious lie. It's hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, he said. She says. Casey says. Avery said my necklace was a third wheel. No, we don't get each other gifts. We usually take a trip instead.
Oh, there you go. Take a trip during COVID times.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
a good
think
idea.
honestly, I feel like what if we go? We could probably go to Disney. Maybe Disney's probably open still for a while. But Gronk went
Oh
there.
yeah, I don't even think they closed.
Oh shit! Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this. What's her face? Gina Carano got
Yeah.
fired from The Mandalorian from Disney. Get
How you feel
this.
about that?
Okay, so this is my theory. This is the take, and I've heard a couple people like sharing their view on it, and I feel like nobody seemed to realize this was uh Gina Carano, right? I guess she's like conservative, right? Like
Yeah.
she's been tweeting and social mediating a lot of shit like about like shit being like in the party lines of that shit of like
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
pro
It's a
Trumper people.
hoax. It's
Yeah.
all this.
So and anti-mask stuff and all that other
Yeah.
stuff, right? So that's whatever. But the thing she got fired for was saying that being a conservative nowadays was like being is like being persecuted or being a Jew in World War II
During the Holocaust.
during
Yeah.
the Holocaust. Or yeah, definitely a bad choice of words, but
Right.
but like but as far as things to get fired from Disney for, from what
Yeah.
Disney is alleged of
Yeah.
of Walt Disney himself, your
Yeah.
name
That
is
seems
still Disney, and that guy, I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I'm gonna actually look it up right now, but wasn't he kind of known for being
an
somewhat of an
anti-Semite.
anti-Semite? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a whole joke with Disney. It's like, they'll never like they're trying to be so woke now and like progressive with all these like movies and stuff that they're putting out.
Yeah.
But they still have yet to address that pretty large elephant in the room of Walt Disney being an anti-Semite. Like there's not been like what was the last Disney movie that you saw that was like an all Jewish cast?
They're
The only
okay.
there's only one I can think of, and it was a Disney Channel original movie, and it was called I forget what it was called actually. It was about basketballs. It was about Jewish kids playing basketball.
Mhm.
But that was it, and it was a Disney Channel original movie, and it was just forgotten. Like since then, there's not been any other. Um,
No, I think okay, so no, that was Hugo Boss.
yeah,
No,
that
I
was
think
Hugo Boss.
yeah, you got that one wrong. No, no, there's so everything that I'm seeing here is it's a myth. There's no truth to the claim that all the headlines that I'm seeing here, myths about Disney that aren't true from the insider. So all of the publications, so I wouldn't suspect that there'd be a lot of press that would be allowed, considering how much of the media that Disney controls.
Yeah,
That there would be story. See, this is the problem: is the first thing that comes up is that they're
this
saying
is a hoax.
this. They're saying it's a because when you click on it, myths about Walt Disney, and it says 9 conspiracy theories about Walt Disney that have been proven false.
But isn't that just like showing how strong of a hold Disney has on the media? That they're like,
where the top story is Insider going like, look at all this bullshit that they said about the guy that was perfect.
Yeah,
he was perfect, and there was nothing that he believed that of the time or now would ever be considered wrong ever. He would never do that. So I think that's I have never heard any other conspiracy theory about except for what was the thing about him being frozen, like he had his his body
cryogenically frozen or whatever.
Yeah, but okay, so either way, I don't know, but with this case, I think as far as like anything that she has said in the past, it's kind of like, I don't know, they're all about like Gronk being there celebrating but they're not like, but they're like, this lady who said this thing again, terrible choice of words. I don't necessarily feel one way or another. I feel like we got a couple. I thought she was great in the show, but also you have a lot of other strong female characters that were introduced in this season.
Yeah.
So
but
like,
also isn't the show like, isn't that like part of the show over already? So she's already not gonna come back anyway. So why is it, you know what I mean? So, like, why are they making a big deal of, oh, well, we fired her? It's like she wasn't even going to be in the next season.
And that's
like,
why
it's going to be a completely different thing.
That's why I feel like this mixed with, I think because this is going to bring up a lot of people's thought. I thought it would at least bring up a lot of people's thoughts of like, oh, wait, wasn't there a thing with Disney and anti-Semitism? And then when they Google it, they go to like, that's the top result that says, no, that's just a conspiracy theory. And also we're so against it that we are never going to work with her again. And they're like, yeah, but that's over. That season was over, and they're gonna go do Boba Fett now. And they're like, but spoiler, whatever. But either way, like she didn't die or anything, but still, like I don't think that they were going to utilize even, who was the other guy, Pedro Pascal, yeah, like who is also great.
He's easier to recast because you just fucking he's under a helmet all the time. So.
Yeah, and at this point, they're not really ever like, they can kind of just plug in any character. They've expanded the Star Wars universe so much that they can put anybody in those places, but it's weird that it became such a politicized issue. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, what she said, was kind of fucked up, but like, I don't know. I don't think, getting fired or losing her job was, also she's taking a lot of shots to the head.
She's a cage fighter.
Yeah, being an MMA person. So,
right.
You can't take everything she says as, oh, well, this is an actual intelligent person saying this.
Think of how many combat sports people you agree with their politics. Like think of
zero.
Right now like you can't even go like, well, who does Chuck Liddell vote for? Probably somebody that is libertarian, most likely. I don't know, because those are usually the ones that are like, this guy seems like he thinks like I do. He thinks aliens exist and that there's fucking chips in TV dinners. So cool. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that Chuck Liddell is crazy. I just used him as an example of a veteran cage fighter who is, like you said, taking lots of shots to the head. She has, not that saying CTE is the excuse, but also like, I don't think that she's going to be the most gentle when she's sharing her views either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what happened, and she got fucked up.
Yeah. Has that happened with wrestlers? Has this happened where like, has a wrestler shared their view like this, and like the WD? I know that there's been like assault cases or at least allegations in the past with certain wrestlers and stuff, but like, has there been anything like just straight up saying like, man, fucking, I feel like a goddamn Jewish person that's being persecuted as if they wanted me to die because of my race or beliefs?
Yeah, I mean, wrestling, you always got because like that's, I mean, it's a big deal, like fucking, CTE and everything with wrestlers. So like they're always mouthing off about whatever.
Yeah.
There was like recently there was a group called the Forgotten Sons, and they use their slogan to like as a like a way to like be like, oh, we support the police or whatever. You know what I mean? Like all this bullshit that's happening with the police. Like we support them, and then they use their fucking like slogan that they use on wrestling or whatever. So there's like stuff like that happens all the time. It's just like we as wrestling fans we're already used to the fact that wrestlers aren't the smartest people. So when they talk, sometimes it's probably best to not take everything they're saying as this is fucking right. This guy, he gets it.
That's why I get concerned even sometimes when wrestlers become politicians, because if the wrestling didn't do enough damage to their head, the fucking politics will. You see that with fucking Jesse Ventura,
the body,
the mind. He gets in the office and then like he starts talking about like it seems like at first you're like, wow, he seems like somebody that's more open to other things, and then you're like, oh, he's open to too many things, and then you go, is he lives in Mexico now, is that right? And like or you know what I mean, like that might be Comedy Bang Bang actually. That might be character Jesse Ventura melding into real life Jesse Ventura. But when you see his conspiracy show or something like that, and you're like, or some of the conversations he's had or arguments he's had online with people, you're like, dude, like you have to be. I love people that are open to shit, but when you see something like that, you're like, oh, okay, so maybe you are a little bit. Do you want Hulk Hogan as your politician, or do you just want him as like your like a guy who can come out and go, hey brother, how's it going? hey, I'm cool with you. Like Hulk, you don't have to do that. We're cool. We just move on.
We get it, brother. We get it, brother.
Just keep on. Just move on. Yeah, we know you didn't mean anything by it. Okay. Yeah. Like, but just can you just
Hulk Hogan, he's one that fucking, I mean, that guy's got a list of dirt on him. Like it's insane. Like I think Hulk Hogan is very funny because when he was first in wrestling, like he was very well loved, but like now he's like hated by the majority of the wrestling community.
And that's because of like not even necessarily, I don't even think it's people out to like bring him down. I think it's just generally people are like, no, that's just like it may not be the absolute worst, but it's like, that's him. There he is. And it's like I guess you'd live long enough to ruin your whatever it was. What did you say? Ironically enough, Chris Benoit was pro-life.
That's really funny.
Stone Cold was actually an anti-vaser. I didn't know that he was
he's an anti-vaser. Did you know that?
He doesn't like vases? Why wasn't he like a vase?
He just doesn't like plants in general.
Oh, so like potted plants. He doesn't have a fan. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't hate a guy for that. Why would you hate a guy for that? But I think there's like, whether it be he was a pro-life up until he wasn't. Well, I mean, it doesn't
everyone.
He's not like he's life. Like he was in that day involved lives. So like if it was just one life, then he would have been like, no, stop it. But like this was multiple lives. He was like, I'm not pro-lives. I'm pro-life. The dogs are in the garage.
He did have a Bible. Wasn't that the thing? Like he put Bibles next to everyone in his family
because he was a religious man, Manny. That's what it was. He was a responsible Christian man. Like
he did it the way God intended.
You know what's always funny? I always joked about this. Like it's funny like how Christians all the time, when it's like they only acknowledge good things as miracles. They only go like when it's like a school bus of children saved from falling off cliff, and they're like, it's a miracle, like a huge event like that.
This is God. This is God in action.
They're just like, that was God. That was fucking God. And then they're like, they just not only do they not say like, oh, God wasn't there or that was the devil, but they just straight up don't acknowledge God whatsoever when it comes to like, oh, by the way, Chris Benoit murdered his family and then himself and put Bibles on him. They're not like, well, they're with God now. Like, no, they don't even they don't even bring God up at all. They're just like, this was terrible.
Well, sometimes they do. I actually wanted to make this into a bit. It's when something bad happens that they always say, well, it's God's plan. It's God. This is God's plan.
Technically, this was a miracle.
And my the bit is, it's like I hate when people say that. It's like maybe God isn't really that good of a tactician if his plans involve, murdering millions of people in order for you to get the message that he's around.
Technically, that's a miracle, buddy. Yeah, that's your it's part of God's plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the fact that like you can have like if you completely discrediting a major strife in someone else's life because you've faced like I fucking woke up with a flat tire, like so automatic, and you're just like, this all part of God's plan though, I
It's
guess,
God's plan.
it's God's plan. And they're just like, yeah, but that just meant like you were late, so the person that was behind you with the appointment didn't get to go, so they didn't get the doctor that they were scheduled for. That doctor wasn't as qualified, and they're dead. And you're like, hey,
it's God's plan though.
God's plan though. It's all part of God's plan.
He works in mysterious ways.
Should have prayed more. And also, like, I love how many people that aren't even involved at all with God that are part of his plan.
Yeah.
That are just like all part of this. Like, he's like, I planned this shit out with you. Like, it sounds like an evil puppet master, and it doesn't sound like a benevolent, like, nice God. It just sounds like somebody going like, and also, like, why would you do that to Owen Hart? Like John brought up in the chat. Why would you do? Why is that part of your plan?
Pro-flight.
Why would you put that? Why would you put Owen Hart or Chris Benoit's family in that? Like, well, it's all part of the plan, I mean,
God wanted us to believe in him so much that he killed Owen Hart.
Yeah, this is a test. That's the other one. This is a test. That is the quickest cop out that I've seen for a lot of like religious people. Is just like this thing of like when you like make a prediction.
Yeah.
When they're like, it's all the time with prediction things, when they're like, whether it be like a cult thing or like again, like how I joke about in my joke, free range cult, like Jehovah's Witnesses or something like that.
Uh-huh.
If it's something like that, you have that manipulation of saying like it's gonna happen, the end of the world's gonna happen this day, and then that day comes, and then they're just like, this is a test.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know how they don't lose 75% of their memberships immediately, right at that point where it's like, what? Wait, what are you talking about? Like, no. Okay, so this is a test.
Yeah, but people believe it too. Like people will buy into it. They'll be like, oh, okay, well, we were following you when you were like, the world's gonna end on this day,
right?
But then it didn't end. So yeah, it has to be. It has to be God's plan. Why would he mess this up?
Oh. So you didn't know about the test either? Like, and that's how they get him too. They're just like, he got me too.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought this was the day. Turns out this is a test.
He hit us with a pop quiz on a Tuesday.
Oh fuck! It's not even open book. We're fucked.
Oh fucking shit, dude. It's not even the material that was discussed this year.
Yeah, we have no idea what this is going to be about. We're fucked. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I don't necessarily, I don't think it's that big of a deal that she got fired. That Gina Carano would get fired for, like, especially saying it the way she said it was so stupid to say. Like, I can understand if she feels persecuted. And by the way, way to prove her point. Like, way to go. Like when she goes like, hey, I feel persecuted for my beliefs. If she would have just said that, I feel like she would not have gotten fired. She wouldn't have got, but she's like, I'm just like a Jew that was, that somebody was trying to kill. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I don't know if she said Jew or Jewish.
She did.
Person.
I don't think. I mean, I saw the tweet or whatever, and it didn't really seem like that bad. I mean, it was bad. Like what she was saying, the comparison that she made, was pretty, in poor taste. But like, it wasn't like, being like she wasn't like all Jews should die or something like that. She didn't say that.
So Gina Carano. So it says, implying that being a Republican is like being Jewish during the Holocaust.
Yeah.
So like,
but that's it. That's all she implied.
And then she
didn't actually say. She implied it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't have the actual words. I don't know. I'm sure she's probably erased it, but like, and that's the thing is like, if that's so, and then she goes like, so what she's saying or what she's implying is that she feels that she's being persecuted because of her belief system. She's not actively doing anything to hurt somebody, but she is sharing what she thinks or whatever. And Disney goes, that represents us terribly. And then they're like, even though you still can't squash the rumors that Disney, they still go, no, it's a conspiracy theory. Like, that's the first time when I Google that was the first ever mention I've heard of it being considered a conspiracy theory. It's always been, there's reports of. You know what I mean? Like, it's like saying, like, people that Me Too, Marilyn Manson are saying, like, there's reports of this. Like, no, this, it's an accusation. There's accusations of him being that. So I don't think millennials replace religious cults with political ones. We are the new boomers. Oh no!
It's true. I'm telling you, man, it's true.
Are we really? I'm a boomer?
Yeah. Just look at what happened during the last election, dude. I mean, it was literally like
I voted.
Cult politics. Yeah, because you bought in to the cult of, oh, if I don't vote.
What makes you think I bought into voting politics?
I don't know. maybe it's the framing of your shot right now, but
what the fuck are you implying, Manny?
Pat, you're persecuting me now on the level that.
Consider yourself fired, buddy. Don't even show up today. Don't even fucking show up today, bro.
Did I just lose my job on air?
Yeah, you go ahead and pick up that bottle again, climb right back in it, bro. You alcoholic. What were you drinking on last night, by the way?
I had a pitcher of Yingling for the show, and then after the show, I was just knocking them back. I had some seltzers, dude. I had some Crook and Markers. You ever have those, Pat?
No, Crook and Marker. That's a new one. I haven't heard of that one.
Zero sugar, infinite flavor. Okay.
Maybe
and they're really good.
I'm looking. Hey, by the way, we've breezed right past 12:30 and no piss break. So maybe I don't need that sponsor after all. I was looking it turns out every day at 12:30 for a while now. It seems that at 12:30 I always end up having to piss. But if I wait until like 11:02 and just try to squeeze out that last bit of piss before I start, I feel like I can make it through the whole show.
That's like a very old man thing.
Right? I'm a boomer now. That totally makes sense.
I didn't piss at 12:30. That's weird.
It's like a weird time every day at 12:30 when only Monday and Wednesday and Friday that I realize. Like, otherwise, when I have the freedom to piss all I want, I don't have to hold it. So I think it's a small bladder thing, not necessarily an age thing. It could be prostate, maybe. Could be age. Wait, that's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, one comes with the other, I guess.
Dom said, she thinks Dom would love Crook and Marker. I love the one I love is Bon Vive right now. That's the one you've had that one
with the mermaid. It's got the mermaid on it. Right?
That's the one that I wish could sponsor my old man piss breaks, because I feel like or maybe Pat just pissed his pants and he's playing it off like, dude, how funny would it be if I did?
He's been wearing a diaper this whole time,
dude. I would.
That's what you should do, is just get a bunch of adult diapers and just wear them while you're recording.
And you know what? That would be the thing too, and be like, guys, by the way, it's 12:30 and I'm still here. And I want to thank my sponsor today, Piss Soakers Diapers. Adult diapers for people that don't need them but want them. Maybe that's a new merch idea.
I like it. Piss. And you could do it every time you piss or poop. You could just do it like babies do it, where they just kind of like stare off and then just kind of like shake a little bit.
Manny, I think it's really important that you. You remember.
It's funnier the longer it takes you to come back.
What if it like hurts a little bit? And you just kind of hear it a little bit. No, I think that would be I think we've been talked about. No, we have not talked about getting me a catheter. You talked about me getting me a catheter, John. I did not talk about me getting a catheter, but a piss jug would be nice. I think that would be cool.
Yeah,
like something. But then you would definitely hear that diaper pad. Yeah, absolutely. You just see me like throughout the show, like if while I'm editing, I just like see me lifting up throughout, like just the time lapse of me like getting more and more height. Like, anyway, so I'll see you guys later. Yeah, that'd be really.
You just hear a big plop into it.
No, I would I just have a very tiny bladder. I feel like that's why it just hasn't been noticeable. I would have the worst life if I was a lady, because the freedom that men get for their piss options it's infinite. I didn't realize I was as green as I was. I piss a ton in the sink, a lot. I piss in the sink all the time. And
What?
yeah,
Why?
what do you mean?
You
You, you
piss in the
you
sink?
save water. Yeah,
What?
it's
Are you
environmental.
being serious?
Yeah, why? You don't piss in the sink?
No, I piss in the shower sometimes, but
I mean, I piss in your
fucking
shower, yeah. But I'm saying, I mean,
yeah, I piss in your shower.
yeah,
Every time I
sure,
go to
man.
the
I piss in
bathroom.
your shower, but I don't piss in my shower. Yeah, I piss in everybody's sink. I piss in your kitchen
That's
sink.
so
Yeah,
gross.
yeah. Why? You don't piss in the sink?
No, it's fucking
Ron doesn't piss in the
disgusting.
sink? What's going on with you guys?
Are you joking?
No. Where's your sink? Is your sink at where's it located on your
How do you
body?
get up into this? I
I
feel like
don't
it
hold on.
takes more to
I don't
climb
sit down to piss.
up into the sink to pee. What do you just wrap your dick up because
You arc it.
this
You arc it.
what what?
I know you can't see it on camera, but you arc it.
How do you get that? You're getting piss all over your mirror.
Well,
or
okay.
something.
Well, first of all, my kitchen or my bathroom sink is right at dick height. I can actually place dick and balls firmly in the clamshell and just piss directly in. I actually go right in the drain too. And with
that is disgusting, Pat.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I-
That is the grossest thing I think I've ever heard you say. And I've heard you say some pretty gross shit.
Okay, now hold on a second. I clean up afterwards every time. I do. And I also make sure that I clean any of the excess piss out of the sink. I don't actually piss in the kitchen sink. I have in emergencies before. Speaking of being hungover, many a time I woke up at my brother's house early in the morning, and somebody would either be passed out in the bathroom taking a shower, or in there in general, and there was nowhere else to go. So I have
just tell them, like, wake them up and get them out of there, or just piss
it's just
around
a piss.
them.
I'm not shitting in it, and I don't have to clear out. Like, I'm not clearing dishes.
Just go outside. You live in Florida.
Do that too. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. So this is okay. So I don't think I realized that this was as damning as I thought. So I piss in the sink. I'm getting heavy judgment from Ron Berendo and Manny as well. Casey says pissing in the sink to save money. I thought it was when the toilet isn't out of the commission. Yeah, that too, when it's out of commission.
See, I understand that.
But most
like,
likely if the toilet is out,
like,
then if your water might be out. But like what's the difference between pissing in the shower and pissing in the sink?
I don't know. I feel like it's cleaner in the shower because
Why?
you know,
Because there's water coming out of a faucet
and it's going into the drain.
Oh, guess what? Same fucking formula in the sink. What are you doing?
But you're not. I feel like it's more. I don't know. I'm
not dropping deuces. You understand? I'm not going solid.
I get that.
Okay.
I just feel like it's more acceptable to piss in the shower than it is to piss in the sink.
You could drop a solid in the shower. I think it would be acceptable, and you just mush it down with your foot.
Waffle stomp.
Yeah. That would be. But I think you're going to run into more trouble with your drain.
Yeah, it's like jerking off in the shower.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like hungover piss or anything like that. If there's an emergency or anything like that, if say we both got home from the store and we didn't time it right, Dom and I, and we both are running in the door to have to piss. We only have one toilet. What am I going to do? I got to wait? I can't. My bladder.
What? How long is it going to take her to piss?
I don't know.
It's not gonna,
if she's running to the toilet, she's probably got a hefty load as well.
It doesn't take hours. You can wait the 2 minutes, 3 minutes that it's going to take.
2 minutes is an eternity when you've already had to piss and you're standing in front of your toilet.
Then be a gentleman and piss outside.
Piss outside. That? Oh, on the street? You know where I live. What are you talking about, gentlemen? There's no private area to piss outside. I would do it happily in the woods or anywhere else, but I'm going to get arrested. I live across the street from a police station.
Yeah, do it right in your front yard.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm being a gentleman.
Yeah. Excuse me, officer. I'm being a gentleman right now.
I'm sorry. No. You don't understand. I'm being a gentleman right now. Hold on a second. Yeah,
but at least they would let you finish before they, arrested you.
Okay, so I want to just make sure. So, Dan, that's a vulnerable thing to admit. I don't understand why that's so vulnerable. But we hold on. So we got wife George is here standing up for me. I hope.
She is.
So first off, sync stream, bro. True power display, but also don't pee in your sink. No, I'm gonna pee in my sink as much as I want. So poops
It
in the
is a
shower.
power move. I'll
Why
give
is
you
that a
that.
power
That's
move?
I don't know.
I don't actually piss in everybody's sink. I just say that I do measure it out oftentimes. I do say like
measure out your piss.
yeah, well, I say like, could I piss in the sink? And yeah, oftentimes I go like, yeah. And if it's really nice or something like that, not saying that that's what I want. I don't like it, by the way, because it's oftentimes the sink is not a warm, gentle place. I'd rather my bits.
It's like it's not made for pissing.
Yeah, it's not conducive to me. Like it's like cold. I don't want it's a cold area. And like I don't want any you're more likely to get splashback. It's not the ideal place, but it is an option. And I feel like it's a viable option. Of course, yeah. Of course, my brother's done it before. He's pounding off on Facebook. I've done it before. Yeah. What do you mean before? I do it. That's what I'm saying. I don't. This is it. This is. It's like 1, 2. Like to me, it's way more likely that I'm going to piss in the sink than I do in the shower. I think.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I do shower every.
You know what I think it is. I think because in high school, I would pee in the toilet like a normal person. But like one time I went into the bathroom to pee and there was these two guys in there and they were like, "Oh, it's just you." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt." And they're like, "Oh no, he's going to take a shit in the sink." And I was like, "All right, just wait till I'm finished peeing before you do that because I don't want to be here."
I don't want to be here for that.
Yeah, so he took a shit in the sink, and like I always thought it was like the weirdest thing. So like you bringing up you peed in the sink, I guess it brought me back to that moment. Like it got fucking suspended because it was so funny how my school made such a big deal about it too. Like they were, but it was hilarious because it was at the end of the day they're trying to find someone who shit in the sink. So they're like going through like camera footage of like the cameras that were like in the hallway are like pointed towards that bathroom to see like at what time the shit happened. It was so fucking funny. That kid was a legend though.
That would.
Hey, I mean, maybe you're channeling that spirit.
We're on to something. Yeah. We're innovators. That was the first ever Shark Tank, and we figured out a new toilet.
It's like, oh, you can piss and shit in these too.
Same pipes.
It's like it's 3 more toilets you can use.
So Dom's pounded off. She says we usually have to pee at the same time. We're on the same pee schedule. Pat is a gentleman and isn't and lets me use the toilet. Excuse me. Yeah. We only have one bathroom, and he cleans the sink after. Ron says, what if you sprinkle on the counter? Then I clean the counter too, Ron. What the fuck is
this? But then like every time you look at that spot that you sprinkled on, you're like, oh yeah, I had piss on there. There was pee on there.
Yeah, but if you have like a wipe, like a bleach wipe or something like that, like what do you piss is sterile, first of all. If I'm just saying, you're washing your hands anyway. So what's the big deal if there is a mess around there? I'm not getting it on the handle.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess Pat. I think you are convincing me that it's actually not that wrong.
Casey's saying, "Damn, that's a vulnerable thing to admit." I didn't realize it was that, but I would think she says you'd pee all day with no flush. Flushes are for poo. I do. We do usually, unless we have company coming, we do usually let the yellow mellow, or I do at least for sure. Dom, I don't necessarily because ladies use paper usually to wipe their vaginas. After they
Easy.
urinate.
Easy.
This is a medical show now. They have to dab their vaginas from all the
Stop saying it so
urination.
Don't say vaginas like that.
This is medical. So oftentimes I'll flush for her, but usually yellow, mellow, but brown down. That's the key here in the household. I feel like John's also saying I love peeing in my backyard at night. Right, at night. You can't do it during the day. During the day, you're gonna catch a fucking charge, bro. There's gonna be somebody that sees you or films you or does something, and they're gonna get the worst angle of your worst dick of the day because you're outside. Because it's cold outside too, by the way. I don't know if anybody realizes. I don't necessarily want to put my snowshoes on to go piss.
Just do it. Just go out your back door and just pee over the edge.
Yeah, right by the road and a bunch of houses that face me, and just me standing there.
And someone will get a picture of you like that DoorDash picture. You
Yeah,
know,
that DoorDash. Yeah,
I think about that DoorDash picture every time I get DoorDash.
it's so creepy. Why'd you take a picture of me like getting my food, you creep?
It's so funny.
Once you see me getting the food, you don't have to prove to me that you left my food anymore. You see that I see it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that guy creeped me out. Oh my God.
I do like Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like all right, we're gonna wrap up. I want to just see what else we have for piss between her legs while she goes to the toilet. That's love. Wow. Okay, I can try that.
I don't know if she'd be pretty.
I don't have the aim for
that.
I definitely don't have. Honestly, I make less of a mess pissing in the sink than I do in the toilet. I feel like I have more of a. And honestly, I don't know if anybody is interested, but if you want to hear.
You want to come watch Pat?
If you want to come watch me, here's a little preview of what it's like. If you're ever interested, it's a lot like this.
God damn it!
I'm me tooing Manny some more. What if I told you that was in the sink? Isn't that more impressive?
I can tell if that's in the sink, Pat. That's super impressive. If that drop that you just played is you pissing in the sink, you are.
Oh, genuine drops in here.
That's a good piss and fart. Like
right, it's weird. It's not. I don't get hard from farts, but I love any version of fart video. If it's a fart fetish video, if it's a fart like a prank video, if it like slap farts are one of the best things in the world, like the thing that you would see in the CKY videos a lot of times.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But I would have the worst aim, and I think that's why I was so impressed with that. Is you hear the steady stream, and you hear that's me pulling my phone out of my pocket, opening the app, and then holding it, and perfectly. And that's barely edited. That's just time.
I like barely edited.
That's a little bit clipped off at the beginning, a little bit clipped off at the end, just a little rattling of me pulling it out of my pocket.
That's so funny. I love that. I have a friend that records his shits and farts and pisses.
Not shits, just farts and burps. Also burps. This one's cool. That's a good one. This is a classic fart right here. That's a good one.
Pat, on paper, you're the grossest human being I know.
What do you think? We got the name, baby.
Oh, okay. It's all making sense now.
This one's called treble fart.
Trouble fart?
Treble.
Was that? I thought it was trouble fart because you were afraid that you were gonna shit yourself.
As in, it's not all about the bass. Sometimes it's just about the treble fart. All right, buddy.
I like that. Oh, there's less people watching this now.
Oh man, this is the best Friday show ever.
Gross.